Hi guys, it's Dakota. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, what can I say? It's Tuesday. Well, today's topic that I want to talk about, I was inspired by a video that I watched, a channel that I subscribe to, which is called Mirth and Reverence. I will put it down in the little description box there, and hopefully I can figure that out. And her name is Annie that runs that channel, and she is just an awesome person. She I have been following her for years and years and years, and she was gone for a while, and she's just recently come back, I think this past year or something. And she's just a really awesome person, and she has a lot to say about witchcraft, about Wicca, and I love her. I love her channel. I love what she has to say, and she's always got something that is just, that either resonates with you on a deep, thought-provoking. She gets you to think, and I love that. I mean, she doesn't just like serve it up on a silver platter, but she actually gives you a food for thought, and I absolutely love that. I absolutely love that about her. So be sure to check her out. But the video that I watched was a video that she put together. So what she's been doing is, like, from Sabbath to Sabbath, she's been posting little snippets of information about, I guess, the different things from, let's just say from, right now she's doing Samhain, which I'm assuming is going to be Samhain through Yule. I'm not sure. I really don't know. I just know that right now she's doing Samhain, little snippets about Samhain, and not necessarily Samhain, but thought-provoking things about what we should, what this time of year should mean to us. And so I like that. But she always, so don't get me wrong, it's up to you how you take that information. And again, I love it. I mean, I absolutely love it. It does make me think. And so the video that I watched that got me to thinking on this was, it's called Aloneness. And Aloneness. And, I watched it, and it really hit me on this really, like, deep level. And this internal deep level. And so, but that was it. I didn't think anything more about it. I've been thinking about it and meditating on it, and just sort of, like I said, just absorbing, dissecting it. That's what I always tell everyone. I have to dissect that and see what it means. And then yesterday, what was really interesting is a friend of mine who I won't mention, but she might be watching this video and she'll know who she is. We got to talking about aloneness and what it means to, what does that mean? What does aloneness mean? And we were talking about how much we love aloneness. And so we talked a little bit about it. And so then last night, I just, I don't know, again, I kept thinking about it and dissecting it, and things started, I started processing it, and I thought, I'm going to do a video about aloneness and what that means to me. So I think that aloneness, and aloneness doesn't mean being alone, or it doesn't mean being lonely. It's not that kind of aloneness. But then how do we get to that spot of aloneness and being okay with aloneness? And I'm sure aloneness means different things to different people. So this is just about me and how I took what she had to say. So because I started dissecting it, and then my conversation yesterday was almost as if Spirit was like, you need to talk about this. So that's what I'm doing. So I started thinking about it, and and I don't know if it has to do with like not only do I love aloneness, but I actually like being alone. And yet I'm a very social person. I mean, I run a metaphysical store, and and I'm a Gemini, and I can talk the pants off of anybody. I am a talker, but I'm not, and so, and I love it. I love interacting with customers and clients that come to see me, and I love to talk about, that's kind of glary. I like to talk about different subjects. So even if it's something that I don't know about, or something that is not my thing, that doesn't resonate with me or whatever, I want to know what you have to say, because it's interesting to me that it resonates with you and why it resonates with you. I find that really fascinating and really interesting. And who knows, I might learn something from this conversation that I can use in my own path. And so I love talking to people. I do. But not like out there. Like not in the real world, the mundane world out there. I don't know why. Oh my gosh, so I actually like being alone, and I look forward to being alone. My husband is retired, and we take Sundays. That's sort of our day. He's retired. I should say he's semi-retired. We're both retired, but I run a business, and he actually runs a business. We have a rental business as well, so that's his thing. And but Sundays is the day, like I said, okay, Sunday is the day that you and I are not going to worry about the shop, and we're not going to worry about the rentals, and we're just going to do whatever we want to do. Now, if that includes working on a project because the rental has to get done, or I got this humongous shipment in and I've got to get to the shop and make room, or whatever, then that's fine. That's what we want to do, and we will do that. But we try to take Sundays just for ourselves. I think everybody needs that. But then here's the funny thing is, so I'm only open Wednesday through Saturday, so I'm off on Sunday and Monday and Tuesday. My store is closed. And but Mondays and Tuesdays, he likes to go over and check on the properties, make sure everything's good to go. He likes to hang out with his guy friends and whatever guys do. He's got his little man cave over there, and he likes to hang out and do all that stuff. So don't get me wrong, I love him. But I really look forward to my Mondays and Tuesdays. One of those days is chore day. One of those days I have to go to the grocery store, and I got to dust and vacuum and do all the things. And I really try to get all that stuff done in one day, so that one of the days is my day to do whatever I want to do. And it's always is going to involve witchcraft or witchy stuff, guarantee. And so I do like being alone, and that is not what I mean by aloneness. So aloneness for me in this particular case, and how I'm referring to it, is this way. It's about being okay with yourself. It is about being alone with self. It is about being alone with your thoughts, without having the music on, without having your earplugs in, without playing games on the computer, or putting your phone down for, good Lord, put that phone down for a minute. Your friends can wait. I mean, just the whole texting thing drives me insane. And the world is so busy. We don't ever have aloneness. You wouldn't know aloneness if it hit you in the face if you didn't know how to process aloneness. That's my humble opinion. So aloneness for me is time in front of my altar, which is behind me. Now, behind me is my devotional altar, and I am sitting in front of it because it is private. This part is not, obviously, but I usually sit over there, and the chair is broken, and it's a nightmare, and anyway, I'm sitting in my other chair, which is uncomfortable. But what I do is I like to sit in front of my devotional altar and not only do my devotions or do gratitudes. This is a daily part. This is part of my daily routine. But sometimes I want to be alone in aloneness with my altar. I want to be in that aloneness with it. It's about being present. Truly, it is. I've told you, on my property we have a creek that runs on one side of the property. Used to be like this raging creek. We have a little path that we made that goes through the woods to the other side of our property. And I made little waterfall beaver dam things, not dams, but so that the creek would go over these rocks and stuff to make more of a water noise. And I put a little bench out there, and I would go and sit out there, and I would be in aloneness with nature. But I would dissect that. Let me be in aloneness with just the water. And so you get to a point where you can turn everything off. You can hear the traffic, even though I'm like 700 feet, or yeah, I think it's 700 feet off the road. I can still hear traffic out there. But when you're in the woods, I turn that off. I don't hear the birds. I don't hear the trees. I don't hear the wind, because right now I'm dissecting the water, and I'm being alone, or I'm having aloneness with water. I'm listening to the different sounds that the water makes as it hits the different areas of the creek, of my little waterfalls that I made. Sometimes it's a high pitch, sometimes it's a plop. You can hear the water hitting the deeper pools. It's music. And I spend aloneness time with water. And then I might have aloneness time with the wind. And I listen to the wind. I listen to what it does to the leaves. Sometimes you can hear the branches sway. I have aloneness with them. I have aloneness in nature. Sometimes I will just go out into the pasture. I'll take our little golf cart, and I will go out into the pasture. And I will just sit in the middle of the pasture, and my horse is usually pretty curious about that, and he'll come up and sniff around for a minute or two. And I have aloneness with him. It's going to sound weird, but I have to smell him. I have aloneness with his smell. I have aloneness with his breath. When he wanders off to go graze, I have aloneness with watching everything about him. Aloneness. It's healing. It's soothing. It's understanding life. It's realizing what a blessing we have been given. And we are so busy on our cell phones. We are so busy on the internet. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sit here and lie while I'm making a YouTube video and go, get rid of the computer. I love my computer. Social media on Facebook. I have a shop, and my shop is on Facebook. But I have a personal page on Facebook, and now I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm not saying that you have to have aloneness 24/7. But what I'm asking you a question is, do you ever have aloneness? And what is that to you? What is aloneness to you? I think as a witch, or if you're not a witch, maybe you're a light worker, or maybe you're just like-minded, but you're a healer. Maybe you're a nurse or a massage therapist or a yoga instructor, an aerobic instructor, a therapist. It could be anything where you provide a healthy environment for someone. If you are not healed yourself, it's very hard to heal someone else. So I'm a Reiki master teacher, and I have a Reiki practice in my shop, but I am very picky about times that I do Reiki, and I don't just mean like the time of day, but what's happening that day in the universe or in the news, or the moon energy, those types of things. Because if I'm not good, if I don't have enough aloneness time, then I feel like I'm cheating my client by giving them Reiki when I am not, when I'm hands-on my client, but my mind is going, man, I wish I would have finished that game. That was a good game. I was almost done, and then here comes a client, and they want Reiki, and oh shoot, blah blah blah, chatter, 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 and it's not healthy chatter. It's outside noise chatter, and I see so many people that don't have aloneness, and for me, I crave it. I crave aloneness. It's when I grow. It's when I heal. It's when I have the aha moments. It's when communication with deity or with spirit, with universal powers, whatever you want to call that, it is when I am most open to receiving that, is when I am in my aloneness. So aloneness for me is really, really super important. I'm just checking my notes real quick. I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So yeah, that is what aloneness is to me. It's not being alone. But I do like being alone. I like being alone. I never have a problem. Usually I don't have a problem filling my alone time. And a lot of times it's filled with aloneness. And that's where my growth comes in. So I think it's healthy. And I hope that I hope it wasn't like too scattered. I'll review this and see, and who knows, I might have to delete it and start over. But aloneness is about being present. It's about being present. And you really can only be present when you can stop the chatter and be okay with your aloneness. And I am perfectly okay with my aloneness, and I'm perfectly okay with being alone. And not to say that I'm a hermit. I do have friends, and I'm grateful for those friends. And I have people that I talk to throughout the week and stuff. Sometimes it's just a simple chat on Facebook, but I'm not addicted to the chatter. In fact, quite the opposite. No stereo in my car. It doesn't work. I don't like it. I never listen to music in my car. I don't like book audios when I'm driving. It's chatter. It's someone talking. I don't want that. I roll up the windows and even if I just have to, turn on the fan so that I don't have the outside noises, it's just that fan is like that white noise. To eliminate noise. I know it sounds weird, but that eliminates noise. So that I can find my aloneness, and that's when I have my clearest thinking, my clearest knowing, my clearest doing, and I love it. So that being said, I'd like to thank Annie over at Mirth and Reverence for just that little tidbit, because it really brought some things into light for me. And everyone, please go check out her videos, give her a like, subscribe, and before doing so, like and subscribe to mine. Leave me a comment. What's aloneness to you? Thanks. I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye, guys.